Hi everyone, welcome to Major Designs, where I share refashion and sewing tips and tricks with you. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing, and like those videos. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to make a cute mini pleated skirt. Pattern DIY is included. For this refashion creation, I'd be using a men's shorts and 2 thrifted dresses. For the pattern, you're going to need 2 measurements, your waist measurement and skirt length measurement. You're going to use those 2 measurements to create 2 pattern pieces. For piece 1, divide your waist measurement by the number of pieces needed. For my daughter, it's 6. For me, I use 8 pieces. For piece 2, multiply the new waist measurement by 2 to get the measurements needed. Draw out pattern piece 1, start away from the edges and draw out the waist measurement you got for it. Then go down with your skirt length. On each side at the bottom, go out 1 inch. Then draw a line from your top points to your new bottom points. Once you have that, go ahead and cut out piece 1. For piece 2, draw out the new waist length and go down with your skirt length. Once you have that, cut it out and you have your 2 pattern pieces. I started out by cutting pattern 2, and for this pattern piece I only needed 5. You can start off with pattern piece 1 if you want. I then went ahead and cut out the 6 pieces for pattern 1. Because I was using a denim and non-denim pieces of clothing, I cut 3 pieces from each to get my 6 pieces in total. Now, you don't have to do this, especially if you are using raw fabric. Once I had all pattern pieces needed, it was time to put them together. Start off with a pattern 2 piece and place a pattern 1 piece lined up on the edge, right side facing right side, then pin or clip together. Continue this pattern with all your pieces. Should be a pattern of piece 1, piece 2, piece 1, piece 2, and so on till all your pieces are used, and you can run your stitch. Now that it's stitched, let's create the pleats. Take your tape measurer and find the midpoint of piece 2 and mark it out. Take your seam line and carry it to the midpoint and pin in place. Do the same for the seam line on the other side of piece 2. Here it is again. Find midpoint of piece 2, mark it out, carry seam line to midpoint and pin in place. Do the same for the other side and do this until all pleats are created. With pleats clipped in place, take to your machine and run your stitch.
Here
Here's a tip to make sure your pleats stay neat while stitching. Fix your pleats and the pin in place at the bottom. This helps keep pleats in place while stitching at the top. With the pleats in place, do top stitches at the seams of each pleat. This gives your pleat that nice flat finish. Only the pleats. Before finishing off the skirt, put it around you and make sure you don't need to add or take away anything from the skirts for alterations. With alterations out of the way, take your tape measure and measure the waist of the skirt for your waistband. Take the fabric you're using for your band and measure out what is needed. With waistband in hand, start from the ends and with right side facing right side, attach to the skirt with pins and take to the machine and run your stitch. Once the waistband is attached, clip the sides together and run a 1-inch seam allowance. Measure the zipper and mark where it ends. So when you run your stitch, you know where to backstitch. Do not backstitch at the beginning. Once you have the 1-inch stitch, place your zipper onto it with the zipper teeth resting on the seam line and pin in place, always making sure the zipper teeth is on the seam line. With the zipper in place, all I have to do is hem the skirt and add additional designs, and that's it. With scrap remains and findings, I made a matching bag. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and feel free to comment and let me know below. And until next time guys, deuces.